Hello guys and welcome to Stevie C TV. This is my Premier League recap from the weekend, and just want to go through everything that we've had fixtures wise over the weekend and my thoughts on everything going into those games. So first game, I did incorrect in my preview. I thought it was a Friday night kickoff. It ended up being the lunchtime kickoff, and I said it was 3-0 to Aston Villa against Brighton. Aston Villa beat Brighton 6-1. Ollie Watkins got a hat-trick in that game. Absolutely unreal. He got 2 assists. Just having a great season so far. Not too sure where that puts him in terms of the goal scoring, in terms of amount of goals this season, but he's definitely one to keep an eye on. Might even be one for your fantasy Premier Leagues. So keep an eye on him. Brighton, they look to be struggling there. I expected more from Brighton, and I expect them to pick up from that performance with the 6-1 going into the next weekend. So they won't be happy with that loss, especially De Zerbi. We all know he's a very good manager, so let's see what happens with that one. In terms of the Man United game, I'm a Man United fan, so if you're looking at this, that was an absolute shambles. Absolute shambles of a performance from Man United. Yeah, might have been able to get a penalty from the handball by Dan Ward, or Joel Ward anyway. But it wasn't good enough, and Crystal Palace ended up winning the game, and it was Joachim Anderson who scored the goal. Very poor defensively in that game, and we just couldn't get control of it. First 15-20 minutes, United looked good. We looked like we were having the ball. We had about 8% possession. And then we give them the ball for about 2 minutes. And look what happened. Absolutely mental. We just fell flat. Amrabat, Casemiro, Rashford, all had bad games. All had bad games. I expected a clean sheet in that game. I expected United to go and win that 2-0. So getting a result like that wasn't good enough. It's not good enough to be a United fan. It's a player in that squad. And United at the moment, they just don't know what to do. We need to pick it up. And I'm sure they will. Ten Hag's got to get that working, because if this is the Ten Hag football that we've got, then I don't know. I don't like how flat we are. We're not. It's the first time I've heard in the stadium this season, attack. So what's that saying? We've not heard that for a while. So, come on, United, pick it up. Next game we had, let's just sort my fixtures out there, one sec. I'm in the wrong week here. We had Newcastle versus Burnley. Newcastle won that game 2-0, with the goal scorers being Almiron and an Isaac with a penalty. So, they finished 2-0. I expected that to get Newcastle to win that game. Didn't expect much from Burnley in that one. So 3 points picked up from Newcastle. Keeps them around the top half of the table. I think they might even put on 56. At the end of this video, I will post the table, so you'll have an image of the table at the end. You can have a look at that, all the standings, and we'll go through that coming the next preview, and we'll talk about where we are and where teams are in the league. And if you aren't already, please like and subscribe the video, because every bit of help goes towards that, and more and more previews, reviews and football content will be coming. Next game, the one that nobody expected to happen, or some people might have, was Wolves versus Manchester City. In this game we had Wolves beat Manchester City 2-1. Yep, I said that right. Wolves beat Manchester City 2-1. Was it because Rodri wasn't in the squad? Potentially. I believe City just looked flat in that game. I've watched the highlights myself. They didn't look amazing going forward. Ruben Diaz with a own goal in the first half, and then it led to Alvarez having to go and get a goal from a free kick, which was a great free kick. And then you had Hwang Hee-chan scored the second goal. It has been commented that Pep mentioned a player, the Hwang Yi-chan, as the Korean player. Didn't know him by name, so that's something there where you've just got to put your hands up and go, you know what, this guy can actually play football. And a bit of a thing for City to keep an eye on, because they need to pick up from that result. It's not the result they expected. So we'll go from there with that one. So that's 3 points, 3 big points for Wolves. Next, we've got Bournemouth Arsenal. I expected an Arsenal win here, and Arsenal delivered that win. They got a 4-0 win. That's Bukayo Saka, Martin Odegaard with a penalty, Kai Havertz with a penalty, so that's 2 penalties, and then Ben White in the 93rd minute getting the 4th goal. So, again, easy result for Arsenal, and it doesn't look like Bournemouth are getting the points. They could be down there at the bottom of the end of the season. That'll lead us on to our next game. But near towards the bottom of the league, we've got Everton versus Luton. Luton took the surprise win there with a 2-1 win. I did not expect them to win. I don't think many people did, other than Luton fans themselves. Everton thought they were going to go in with results, especially in the last game. They went and got picked up the win in the game before, and I thought they'd start moving up the table. But no, they've lost 2-1 there to Luton, and it was a Lockyer goal and Carlton Morris for Luton, which put them 2-0 up. And then we had a Dominic Calvert-Lewin goal to get them 2-1. But they couldn't finish off Everton, and they didn't get the result, putting Luton on 4 points now for the season. So big 3 points for Luton, and it puts them instead and makes everybody else realise Luton might not be the club that we think they are. They might get more points than we believe. Next one, we've got West Ham versus Sheffield United. West Ham won 2-0 in that game. The goal scorers were Jared Bowen and Thomas Souček. So that's 3 big points for West Ham. An expected result. Everyone expected them to beat Sheffield United, I believe. But that puts West Ham in the top half of the table. I believe it could even put them in the top 6. So, again, table will follow this video. Next game, we've got the controversial game. The controversial one. It's Tottenham versus Liverpool. That finished 2-1 to Tottenham Hotspur. And there was a big decision in the game. A disallowed goal from Luis Diaz, I believe. But what happened was there was a clear decision to be made by VAR, and it ended up being called offside. No lines put down by VAR, and a quick decision, and it turned out that it was onside, and it was a massively onside. As a United fan, I can clearly see that was onside. I'm laughing because I think it's quite funny. It's happened to Liverpool, but it is a serious error from VAR, and looking at the way Liverpool are reacting to this, they are considering this a big result, which has impacted on the result of the game. They did go down to 9 men, Liverpool, with Curtis Jones going off in the first half before the decision, and Jota going off in the second half. Heung-min Son put Spurs 1-0 up, and Liverpool went 1-1 just before half-time with Cody Gakpo, who seems to be scoring quite a few goals this season. Seems to be getting in those positions, playing quite well, and helping Liverpool go back to the way they were before this season, although they didn't pick up these 3 points. And then Joel Matip on goal in the 96th minute for Spurs. So you could say it was a Spurs result that probably should have gone their way. Or did VAR play in a big, massive decision there and cost Liverpool their game? You guys, let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. I definitely onside, but I had it down as a draw. I think it would have been a draw anyway. Liverpool made mistakes, got 2 red cards, stupid red cards. A lot of people are saying about VAR for the red card for the first one, but I think it was accidental, but he followed through and he caught the player. It's unfortunate for Curtis Jones, but it's a red card. I've watched the replay. I think it's a red. And in terms of Jota was just 2 stupid yellow cards. Quick and off the bounce, 2 stupid yellow cards. So the next game, guys, so let's move on from Liverpool and Spurs. You don't want me taking up all your time with that. And that next game was Nottingham Forest versus Brentford. That was the evening kickoff on Saturday. Sunday kickoff, sorry, for Super Sunday. That ended up 1-1. Nottingham Forest got a red card in that game with Niakate. Dominguez scored for Nottingham Forest and Norgard scored for Brentford. I said before on the preview that I thought Brentford would win that game. It looked like they were going to, but Forest just changed it up. I said it could look like a Forest could go on to win because they were playing at home, but a draw is probably the right result. Both equal quality in terms of the players, and I think going forward, Brentford and Nottingham Forest are going to be up there in the mid-table side of things. I don't think they'll be getting relegated this season, and we'll see what they do for the rest of the season going forward. Last game was Fulham versus Chelsea, Monday Night Football. I said that I could believe Chelsea would go on to win this game, and they did. They won 2-0. Mudryk has scored his first goal for Chelsea, and then Broha, 1 minute after, put him 2-0 up. So it finished 2-0, and Chelsea are now back to that winning game. They finally beat somebody in the top 15 in the last season, or last year. There's been domino signs of how many pizzas have been sold before the game, or since the last win or last goal. There's been a lot of memes going around about Chelsea, but they've finally got that win. Can they change the fortunes? Only time will tell. They are 1 point behind Man United now, so United have to keep looking in the back and then looking forwards as well, because United needs to get the results also. But guys, thank you for listening to my preview there. Well, my review, sorry. I appreciate every support, every view that we get on this channel. And please like, subscribe, and share the video, guys, if you haven't already. Again, any newcomers to this stream, I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you, guys. Goodbye. League table to follow.